last we left the party of Broken Compass, you guys were traveling down the great hole that you had found that led into the Deeplands.
Great hole, 10 out of 10.
Great hole,
We'll
yes.
fall into again.
Well, okay.
Or jump into, for that matter.
You guys are so childish.
Not to be confused with the mediocre hole.
Okay
Right,
then.
which is just right out.
I'll go with actual names. Fine. The Titan Steps that you travelled down, with the help of Junga and Ro, which, with a little bit of preparation, they had created 2 gliders, which 6 of you managed to get down with. Senager, being a monk, you literally just ran down the side. It took you a while, and with Seraphina on your back, you eventually caught up the rest of the group. However, they did have a few stop-offs. One, which was an immediate crash into one of the steps, which led them to investigate a archway, which apparently led into the tunnel and into the dungeon of a beholder, which, against all other evidence you've seen of beholders or heard, it didn't kill you on sight and actually was kind of friendly, giving you some information.
I have a picture for this. I found it during the week.
Oh no.
Oh no. I'll put it in Roll20.
Yeah. And just with him giving a little bit of information and talking about something about a Nightbringer. Let's see. Wait, what?
When they do say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and look at his eyes.
Oh.
I just love that it's called Katie, but then I also found this one as well in the same search.
Oh, that one. Sorry, I looked at a Jar Jar instead. I was surprised.
Oh Jesus. Mary and Joseph.
Yeah.
That's pink. They're both very pink.
I'm crying.
Very nice.
Thank you, kid.
Okay, the Katie one's a little weird. The second one's about right.
It's just the saucy look in the second one that I like.
But yes, with him talking about some type of amulet that the Drow had made a deal with him to pick up. You guys made your way outside, and almost immediately, Ulan and 2 others descended upon you, where you found 2 other members of what seemed to be called the Ashen Table, which was blurted out by one of them. And the last thing that we ended on was Booker asking Seraphina, have you heard of anything called a ley line? With all of you now on this rounded one of the steps, which was the entrance to this archway. All the 2 gliders have been opened and now placed on the sides in preparation for when you guys traverse further downwards. Seraphina, just as a pre-start, give me an Arcana check. Because why not? Let's start off with a roll.
Oh, how long am I flying for still?
The spell lasts 1 hour, or until. Nice. Straight off the bat, a nice little 19. Yeah. The word ley line is often talked about when reading about the weave or the connection of all magics. The ley line seems to be a culmination and a physical representation of this on the material plane itself. It's generally not spotted, as it's usually pretty deep underground, but there has been ruptures that have caused interesting effects. And now that you've got an understanding about this pure magic, or whatever the sun elves were doing, there's definitely some connections there. No, those are tan lines, Ulan.
It's not getting any better.
So, what does everyone want to do now that you're all on this platform? Some floating still, or standing.
I would like to attempt to do a backflip like Mew does.
Okay, you're a little large, so you have to go up in the air a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Hang on, I need to open my character sheet.
See, this is with preparation. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Good work, guys.
I was too busy thinking of puns and finding pictures of pink borders.
Yeah. Well.
Right. You said acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yes.
Why is my character sheet in edit mode? That's not helpful.
That is not helpful.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's me done for the session.
That
I'm not
Ulan, like, you literally have spent less than 5 minutes using the spell. Doesn't matter. You.
I'm so happy
The
because
most-
fly is one of the spells that Ulan's gonna get when he levels up soon.
One of the most
So it's like he
impressive.
gets practice, it's great.
Impressive backflips, like even you've done, not even with this spell. It is a little. It was almost pretty bad considering as you get close to the edge, you feel the wind blowing behind you. As all of you hear again the rush of wind blowing up, and considering you're all by this platform, you've got some shelter, but the wind itself is still very loud. Just.
Yes, exactly that gif.
And Saren, as you are
Yes.
used to hearing this, you hear again that pulsing sound.
Can I tell any better now that we're down here where the
Yeah, give me
direction
a
was speaking?
give me another perception check. Yeah, everyone's doing good rolls today. Damn, yeah, a 19.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, now that you're pretty far down this tunnel, you're close to halfway at this point. It's definitely coming from below, and now that you can see this light source, which is getting slightly larger, yeah, it's coming from there.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to the edge and just stare down.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. It's like looking at a sun at this point.
Alright, maybe squint.
But yeah, you can definitely see the shifting and fluctuation of the light itself, and the very slight subtle changes of it shifting very subtly to shades of other colors.
Ah, cool. Kind of, I guess.
It's almost like if someone had like a very faint kind of rainbow shimmer over a beam of light, like it's been fractured partially, and then it's like twisting upon itself, like molten glass. Actually, what's everyone else doing in as just you're on this platform now?
I'm assuming we're going down again, so.
That was the idea, unless you have.
Walking down I'm preparing to walk down again.
Mm.
Yeah, and then I'm, in that case, also preparing to get rid of my book and my staff, but I would tell Hawkstrad that I have an idea of what ley lines are.
Oh, Eddie, let's go again. Sorry. I get far too into it when we talk about these sorts of things. Arcana is kind of one of my specialties, especially when we're talking about these sorts of things. And he's just like really wide-eyed. I myself and Miss Sherwood would definitely be able to get down ourselves. I'm not sure we can help anyone else for the time being. Ulan, you are still under the effects for at least another hour, so
An hour. Alright.
so you should be fine as long as we keep a good pace. Getting past it's going to be another thing entirely, though.
Past the what? Why is the ley line bad? Sorry.
It's not that it is bad by any means. There's no evil intent from it. It is just unstable magic. As you said,
It's pulsing.
So do we just need to not touch it, or like not go near it?
the vicinity itself may be bad as well. Depending on the size. Looking at.
Roland, imagine when we went to Emerald Sea when magic was weird.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, just in a larger, stronger scale.
Aye, but like, do we just need to like go over and then carefully step over it, or do we need to like bypass it by a significant margin?
We'll see when we get closer, but not too close. I want to stay at least maybe 300 feet away, just to make sure we have an idea.
I don't suppose you got another of those wee teleporty spells left in you, have you?
Miss Sherwood? No.
Oh, was it her that transported us? I'm sorry. It all happened so fast and so non-consensually.
Master Hawkstrad is unfortunately an archer.
God damn it.
He studies, but unfortunately he is not one of the arcane arts.
So are you making me fly as well?
That is correct for the time
I'm
being.
gonna fly over and hug her.
She's rather small. She's about the same size you saw her last. So yeah, she's only like 5'6", 5'7".
That's fine.
Yeah, so you're a good bit taller than her.
I'm still flying, by the way. It's like a Superman hug.
Oh yeah, no, she hasn't touched the ground either at this point.
Oh wait, so there's a mid-air collision going on. Oh, this could be bad.
Yeah, no, you guys have control of your flight, so yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're fine.
So it's not like 0G. It's just like.
Mm.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
levitate.
flying.
Levitate would be bad.
Well, if we can fly for like the best part of an hour,
Yes,
are we able to fly while carrying people, or is it like limited?
it would be possible. Yes. Considering the strength of the spell, I wouldn't imagine anything more than possibly 200 pounds or less. Obviously, it would be down to your own strength as well, but
Alright. So we can certainly carry Seraphina and Savant.
your smaller friends, yes, Miss
They're
Seraphina
the wee
would,
little ones, yeah.
and she kind of looks at Savant, Mr.
As he is like polishing the now mounted gun to the kite, he like
Oh.
turns around like, Savant, shrapnel.
Mr. Shrapnel, yes. He would be light enough as well. Considering you may have to take off the breastplate to lighten the load. Booker, you may be able to carry one as well yourself, correct? I could. How many do we have? 10 of us. Alright.
Not meaning any offense to any of the other members of the Broken Compass, but I imagine Aaron is probably the next least heavy.
Aww. He called you thin.
Mainly because he has no muscle on him.
You can have
Is wearing
ask the
armor.
question, right?
Aye,
You can have
aye,
two
but he's
people
wearing
carrying
less
someone.
armor than everyone. although actually, does Seren have armor on?
Yes.
So definitely has her
Okay.
half plate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I didn't
It's
insult.
Seren. I mean,
I
come on
didn't
now.
insult. I was just thinking. Wait, hang on. Am I saying that a fully armored man weighs less than Seren does without any armor on? Oh shit, that could be insulting. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Dwarves are generally pretty heavy. But yeah. You do have the 2 kites. You have a monk that can run on walls. And you have 3 people who can fly. So, how would you like
Can
to
you have
distribute?
2 people carry one bigger person? Is that possible?
Again, it would depend on the strength of the person to carry them down, especially through the winds that have been blowing through.
How far are we gonna have to go? Are we able to like fly down, drop people off, and come back?
She kind of looks at Ro and Hawkstrad. Well, we've been down for at least half the journey. I would say if you are flying, you're looking at close to maybe 20 minutes journey. The problem is, do you really want to come back up?
Well, it depends how quickly it goes. I mean,
Well, I say we take the characters go faster, we get down faster and funner. Like everything is fun. Everything goes great.
If we
It
use
already
the
goes
two,
down this far, right?
if we use the two gliders, that's 6 of us. Meaning
There's
it's
2
just 2 that would have to be either carried or walked down again.
alright.
I can take my armor off. It's uncomfortable anyway.
Well,
That
they
way,
did say that the heavier ones are more useful on the gliders. So yeah.
that way we can swap,
Well, yes.
and maybe Senator can take the kite and Aaron can be carried.
But perhaps Miss Sherwood would like to carry Aaron.
I'm unfortunately
I-
far too frail. Sorry.
Aww.
She kind of gives it like a weak smile.
I would like to size up Hawkeye. I know that's not his name, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna call him.
Uh,
Does he look stronger than me?
let me look at his character sheet. He is definitely weaker than you. He's definitely got some. He's got some bulk on his arms, but he's definitely still weaker than you in terms of bulk mass.
I guess I will carry Aaron.
Aww.
You could probably carry Serafina, but that's about it. Like Serafina, you're what, 60? I think you said.
He'll have to carry Serafina.
Yeah,
Savannah can get a ride from. Sorry, Aaron. I was trying to.
Yeah, I was less
It's
than
better
60.
if it's better if someone carries Serafina. You're saying
But carrying
I'm the only one that really can operate the kite at least in some capacity, and it's more fun that way. Also.
Well, then,
Considering our crash.
but we need.
Well, now
do
we
we only
are.
need 2 people
We
to
can
get
get away
carried?
from
then?
those big things also in the air that totally fucked up the kite, right?
So do we need 2 people to be carried?
2 people to be carried.
So Aaron
Yes,
and Serafina.
that would work.
Alright.
I will be less than 50 if I poke my book.
Oh yeah, then that way, yeah.
Right.
Either of them could actually carry at that point. Yeah.
Violan is gonna land like on the ground on his feet and beckon Aaron over, and get Aaron to stand on his feet as if they're like learning to dance.
Oh my god.
And we're gonna take off like Lois and Superman, like slowly turning.
Can we do a performance check?
Yes.
Yeah.
I insist.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So do you do this, Aaron?
Not bad.
Not bad for a -1.
Can I have the one? Because he's leading.
Is he lead? Yeah. Elaine's definitely leading in this. So yeah, sure. He is aiding your performance.
That doesn't sound good.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah. 17-19. Yeah, that's pretty
Damn,
solid.
y'all look good.
As they most gracefully fly into the air, and then their hair starts to blow. Well, some of their hair starts to blow, and whatever dragonborns have.
My beard.
Your beard's not really that long.
It's gonna like just ripple.
Yeah, it kind of rustles a little bit in the wind as you start floating up into the actual updraft of the Titan Steps. And then you two can barely hear each other at this point because the wind is just past the 2 of you.
God.
But you are holding on. With no other restraints holding you two together, you're literally going to be doing grappling, basically, Aaron. So, the rest of you.
Now you need to ask if I can read your mind, Aaron.
The rest of you get on the kites. I imagine it's going to be pretty similar
Just
to.
gonna little send that gift.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much the same as before. You're just going to swap out Aaron for Senator, pretty much. So.
Hey, more dexterous people on my kite.
Yeah.
All right, so that leaves. I believe
Crashing.
it's
Hooray.
Seren, Savant, Row, and
It was. I mean, Ithamore is still technically here.
yes. Actually, you can't remember what it was last time. Let me look at the other map because it's still got you guys there.
Me with somebody. It's with I was on the kite with Saren.
Oh no! Wait. Oh no! Wait. That's right. Because we were the two heaviest. We had
Yes.
decided with all the armor.
Excuse me.
Oh dear.
No, honey. Me and Ithamore, not you,
Oh.
love.
Yes.
Not you.
Because it was so now it's Seren, Junga, and Senator,
Yes.
Oh,
Row.
the wrong guy.
Row, Savant, Ithamore. Yes. Okay.
Yes, I'm still with Ithamore and
Yeah. You're the two heavy ones. Yeah. Okay.
Yelled at
hooray,
them.
more crash diving.
And then Booker, kind of Miss Serafina. Hopefully, you just need to hold on to my leg or something. I guess.
I don't know.
Well, with Seninga, I was holding onto his back,
Ah.
which might be easier.
And he kind of just turns around and like crouches down. It's like, make sure you hold on. This could get quite windy.
Should I be secure with both to you?
I would suggest so, but you may have to jump off if things get bad.
Well, and just burn the rope in that case.
Actually, at this point, he has to actually take his bow off and put it on his front instead, so he can actually hold on. But yeah, if you want to tie rope, he's accepting of it.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! I hate you both.
Heart-shaped glider.
We make a heart sign with our hands towards them.
Oh yeah. Like one half of the heart each. My search history right now.
Okay, here's the thing. Is one of you wearing like a belt buckle or something like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Well,
Can I
sorry, man.
try and spend one key point
Oh no.
to polarize and just essentially rip the belt buckle and have his pants drop off?
It's a little far away, so I'll let you try it, but give me a wisdom check.
Just the okay.
Yeah, just a wisdom modifier check.
All right. Wisdom check. Wisdom check.
I think there's also a few.
21.
Can my belt buckle make a wisdom saving?
You are holding onto Ulan, and you just feel this slight tug around your waist, and then suddenly,
Ulan, stop dropping me.
Do I feel a weird like shuffling going on down there?
you feel something, yeah. The rest of you just see, just see the backside of Aaron.
And now his pants just fly down slowly in the wind.
Yeah,
Do they have little hearts on them?
I don't know.
Yeah, they would. Yes, sure.
Yeah, little heart-shaped pants.
Have they fallen off or have they just dropped down?
But they cannot fall off because I'm standing on you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on your feet, so they're just like kind of around his knees.
So we're stood like Superman and Lois Lane and his trousers around his ankles.
Junga is kind of just like giggling to his. This is going to be interesting.
I would just yell at Ulan, Ulan, my pants fell down.
I have no response to that.
So.
And you hear Senator say under his breath, "Best use of my key in my entire life."
But Ulan's just gonna go, it's alright, Aaron, just enjoy the breeze.
Alright. Get on your gliders, people. I want to be in the Deeplands by at least sleep. I want to be exhausted another time.
Off we go.
Alright. So, with the 3 people flying, the 2 gliders, there's pretty much no one left. And with that, the 2 gliders take off. And in a very similar fashion, you feel the wind pick you up. And immediately then you feel the body, your all bodies drop as well as the gliders. As you begin a slow, controlled glide downwards. The 3 people flying, Ulan, Aaron, and Serafina. You 3 have pretty much completely controlled as you guys go into. Do you guys go into a dive, or are you guys just going to slowly descend?
We're
Oh my God.
gonna descend Mary Poppins style.
Okay, so similar to them,
Clouds?
If
you
the
descend.
wind is blowing upwards, can
feet
they blow
first.
up my pants up?
Oh yeah, they're totally.
No, you're just like Marilyn Monroe right now.
Awesome.
It's kind of fluttering up. It's got to about your knees, and then it kind of just drops again. I'm gonna see if I roll really high, just in. No, yeah, it's just going up to your knees, and then it just drops back down again. Just like. As you all descend, the 2 gliders kind of go in a spiral pattern to keep a constant descent downwards. As the 3 flying begin to descend behind them, you're kind of going feet first, so you're keeping it controlled, and considering you're holding people as well. Well, Ulan, you're holding someone. And
Quick question, and this might require a history roll.
Sure.
Does Ulan know if Aaron's backside is impressive?
Oh, that's a hard question. I don't know. It depends how many times you've looked at it.
Don't sleep in the same room that often.
Has Ulan been checking me out? Come on now.
That is
Like,
the question.
In an objective way. Because he's not Ulan's type.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Just give me an intelligence. Yeah, just give me a flat intelligence.
Flat intelligence.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't. He's not your type, so you're not really completely sure. But
Okay.
you know he's like a Temple of Sunni, so you know he's got to keep himself in shape.
In that case, Ulan is gonna like fly casual and just like move, like rotate so that Aaron is on display and just coast in front of the eye line of Miss Sherwood, just every now and again, just so that she gets an occasional view.
As she's not holding anyone, she just starts flying normally.
And we're like circling around her every so often. My bus is right in front of her.
That's no moon. That's
That's no moon. As this goes on for actually quite some time, the light, which is in front of all of you, begins to grow larger and larger. At some points where most of you have to actually put a hand in front of your eyes to block it, as it's...
Or FMR.
Fortunately, it's not daylight. However, it is very bright, and considering all of you being in pretty much darkness for quite some time at this point, it's stark difference. As you get closer, you're about 600, 700 feet above whatever this is. You can see the area around it is brightly lit. This is... You can't actually see whatever the source is, it's just white light in this area below you. I'd say... two of the highest perceptions. Aaron, Saren.
You're kind of busy.
You're kind of busy, yes. So, Saren, sure. Give me a perception. I don't even need to say. 12. Yeah, it's difficult to make out anything in this white light, but at this point, the colors are not even visible at this point, as everything is so stark in difference. You're just seeing white in front of your eyes. Actually, at this point, everyone give me a Constitution check.
Constitution.
Does that include me?
Yes, you are looking downwards to keep an eye where you're going. So
Oh.
yes.
Check or saving throw.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, actually, yes, it should be saving throw. Sorry. So those that did
Well,
checks,
that's
read
the
them.
same for me,
Oh, is
so-
it? Okay.
It makes a big difference. On the
Yeah, it's like a 9 for me. Or are we re-rolling?
Oh.
And,
Re-rolling or not re-roll?
and
It's still not great.
whew, that was almost the one. Okay, that's pretty bad from everyone.
Hey.
Okay. I said almost everyone. Calm down. Yeah. Those that got below 10, which is a lot of people. Well, actually, no. Adriano, Ulan, Aaron.
Are you using the initial check rolls?
Oh wait, what was yours?
'Cause my
again?
saving roll was 11 and Adriano's
Okay.
13.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good. So the only one is Serafina. Good thing you're on Booker's back.
Isn't it also
Oh, Aaron. What did Aaron roll? Oh, a 4. Yeah, okay. So you and Aaron, the two being carried, fortunately. As you're kind of looking down at this light, your eyes are, even when you close them, you're just seeing white at this point. For the
Can we
time
see
being,
light with our limited vision?
I
yeah.
we do have
yeah.
dark vision
But-
on. I would have used Hogstride Yola kinda as a shade thing that's looked directly at it. Because I had an idea of looking directly at it kinda like that with light and yeah. Oh good.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. It's temporary, but for the time being, you two are currently blinded from this light, as you guys are currently traveling downwards. As you get close to about 500, 400 feet, Booker actually goes further ahead to where Rose Kite is. And as he's kind of gliding at about the same speed, Ro, we should stop here. We need to find out exactly what this is doing to the area. Pull up onto one of the steps. We should figure out what we're doing next. And he goes ahead and goes to one of the platforms about 300 feet away from this bright light source. With that, Ro and Janga begin following behind. The two people, well, sorry, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 people on kites. Give me acrobatics checks. As well as I'll do Ithamor's.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go, Crash.
Just need to be above 10.
Oh no.
Oh! As I say that.
The one of the night, guys. The night, the day, but yes.
That's a horrible roll.
It's above 10. 1,
Hey,
2.
it's a 4.
Yeah, that's all 3 of you. I need to do Janga.
Nope.
What is his dex?
We're crashing, guys.
No, his dex is pretty good, so he's fine actually.
Okay.
And
I have a +8.
ooh, okay, yeah.
So, Crash Kite is crashing again.
Yours, you're with Seren. Seren actually got very well, and you rolled above 10. So both kites are a little unstable, but you're enough to keep them in the right direction as you go towards one of the steps behind Book and Serafina. Ulan, you're following behind, I imagine, as you see them go into a dive towards one of these steps. All right, you follow up behind without much trouble. You just feel the wind blowing past your face, and every time you catch glimpses of the light below, making sure not to look at it too much at this point. Now you kind of got this weird, almost like when you look at the sun too much, you kind of get have to squint as you get the white around your eyes a little bit. It's odd because the flickering at this point has become perfectly in sync with this pulse that all of you can start hearing at this point. It's just this vroom, vroom, vroom.
It's not remindable of the sound me and Saren heard that
Very much when you guys were above, yes.
Yeah,
And it is much louder than it was before. Previously, it was almost like a whisper, just like. Whoa, whoa. Now you can feel it pulse through you as you're this close. As with every pulse, you feel your bones kind of tingle. And as you all touch down, mostly with a little bit of a running stop on the two gliders, which, you guys were in control, so you don't actually need to make a crash check. You both land, and with the platforms being about 50 feet still, you got enough space to actually land them carefully. And Ulan, you have so much control over the fly at this point, so you're just like, yep. 10-point landing.
I'll pull my pants, my trousers.
And then Sherwood follows behind. As you all land on it, all of you feel very slight. As the platform's not as stable as the ones above, and it's not creaking, but you can see a little bit of the rubble from the wall just kind of trickle down the side of the wall.
I can see nothing.
At this point, the two of you have got your eyesight back. As you kind of have to blink several times. And you're on the platform. At this point, Booker has placed you down, Seraphina, in the center of the platform, and has moved off to the edge, and is kind of waving forwards whoever is going to come over. One of them is going to be Ro. Alright. And with that, I can do this. That is what you see below. A stream of pure white energy, of flickering colors, of, as you are all familiar with, different shades of possibly magicite, which you all understand of different colors. However, they're not all of magicite. There seems to be of more pure magic. As some of you may be familiar with detect magic, I think. Actually, all of you can give me Arcana checks at this point, actually. Or those that actually go into the edge, at least.
Well, sounds definitely looking over the edge. Not that he's gonna work.
Oh, okay.
How bad was that?
Saren and I are experts.
You're like, I know exactly what this is. It is
magic.
This is magic. Like, totally, this is magic.
You run out.
I'm too busy with my hair.
Yeah, your hair is a mess, as a note.
Oh my God.
It's fluffed up, but in the wrong way.
I was careful to rotate constantly in the same direction, so it's just like tussled in one direction.
Oh,
He's got like a Han
windswept
Solo
look.
thing going on.
Yeah, the windsock look, yeah. Yes, all of you looking at this are like, yeah, this is definitely magic. Saren, this is weird. Like, you've seen enough magic, and you've been in the forest. Like, this is more than just the forest. Like, the forest was weird. This is like a culmination of all weird things.
Awesome.
Seraphina, looking at this is well beyond any studies you've done. You know the schools of magic. You know abjuration. You know illusion. You know enchantment. You know evocation. You know evocation very well. This is the culmination of all of this. This is the source of pretty much all magic. The pure magic, as you've seen in some of your research. And it is pulsing. And as you're this close, you can feel it now that you're on this platform. Every time you see the fluctuation and almost a burst of magic seems to explode out of it into a line and then join in with the mainstream. All of you feel the pulse, almost like a shockwave, emit out of it into the walls and up into the step that you guys are all currently on, with just a vroom, and passes through your entire being, almost like it's trying to connect with you. And none of you are sure if that's a good thing or not.
I want to roll a saving throw against this with advantage, please.
Technically, you are actually normal because this is about magic, so technically you should have just had the 17. But never mind.
No, still with advantage.
If it's about magical things, I thought you were fine. Oh well. Anyway, that is what you see. Booker and Ro are looking at this very concerned in terms of the size of this, as now that it's lit up this entire area below you, you can see this takes up easily a third of the entire gap below. There's a little bit either side. The worrying thing you notice, all the steps in the vicinity are not attached to the wall. They are very much either off on one side or very much floating.
Well, running.
And not just these steps, which you've been going past them, and you know how large these things are. 50 by 50, at least maybe a couple feet thick. These things are huge, and considering now that you can see the color as well because of this light source, they're this very dark, almost bronzed metallic material. And you guys know metal. Something this large is very heavy. We're talking tons. And it's not just the steps, chunks of rock wherever this thing has come out of, chunks of rock have been blown out and are currently also hovering around, almost orbiting the stream of energy as it begins pulsing from one side to the other, almost like it's either been interrupted and has passed through this area, or you're not sure which one was here first, but they definitely aren't working together at this point.
Samantha is going to take out his scope of his rifle and see if he can read any descriptions on the plates. Is there anything that could help it out? On
give me perception with advantage as you're looking at the steps specifically, especially through a magnifying. 21. Looking at these steps, they're very much matching the ones that you are currently on and the ones above that you've seen previously. There's no talk about whatever this is. It's very much continuing talk about the giants. The one you're looking at specifically seems to be talking about the lowest of the low of the hill giants, and those that are of servitude nature. But yeah, and you only actually be able to look at this because it's being shaded from the light, so it's not blinding you. So
yeah, I'm not looking with a telescope into the sun.
Yes, that would be bad. So while you're looking at this, because anyone close to the edge can see, because pretty concerned looking at this, it's like, well, this is definitely more than I expected. I've I've never actually seen one of these in person. Ro,
What?
we're not
is
going to be
it
able to use the
exactly?
kites getting down here.
Is that the actual ley line, by the way? Sorry.
That picture? Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
If we wanted to try and get past this, I'm unsure of our methods. There's definitely something happening in the area, as he points out the platforms and the giant chunks of rock. Gravity is not being affected in this area. That, or there's so much magic that it's creating a pressure around it. I don't think we can even hold it back. You can't stop magic, pure magic as this, with anything else magical. I don't actually know what the effects would be. Would it? Hawkstrad, what you trying to say? Are you saying we should stop? That we can't go this way? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm more trying to figure out the best way down. Obviously, those of us with the fly, I actually don't know if that will be affected either. There's the chance that it could negate it or even increase it. Miss Serafina, Miss Sherwood, what are your opinions on this? I prefer a practitioner to give a suggestion. Serafina, considering what you've seen and what you've seen in the Emerald Sea, give me a intelligence check. Just a flat intelligence. Was it 8? This is some messed up shit. This, you're not sure what it could do to anything. You've seen the Emerald Sea, what it can do to magic. But you know that was very much a specific type of magic. That was specifically magic from the Fae. This is, if what your research and what Booker has said, this is some type of raw energy of magic. This, you're not sure what it could do. Yeah.
We're never getting past this thing, are we? Okay.
We can. The question is what comes out on the other side.
Because I have never seen anything like this before. So yeah, it's what does it do to the surrounding, yeah, or to magic if it comes close?
We can attempt to. We can attempt to go with the flow. Use the area to our advantage. We could try and glide down, but the chances of getting too close and God forbid we go into it. This is untested. We should.
Yeah, but the problem with that is also that most of us need to use, or might need to use magic, and then don't know how that might affect things.
Hmm.
Don't
Yeah.
even know what it would do to non-magic things. Yeah. Steps.
Not to butt into anything, but from an engineering standpoint, right? When you have an untested, very volatile thing, you normally box it in and try it in there, or hold it in the box until it explode, right? So
I would
I say we
prefer.
go around it, or we try to use something like the steps to encase it.
Hmm.
I wouldn't suggest containing it per se, but yes, we need to move around it. The question is, do we get caught in its area of effect? Is the question.
Yeah, because how big is the area?
All of you looking at it, it's hard to really assess where the effect is, considering how large this stream is in its entirety. But you can see, for example, the platforms that are currently kind of, they're not just stationary, they're kind of hovering and bouncing up and down, almost in time with some of the pulses coming from it. Roughly around 100 feet away from it. So there, if it is constant all the way around, there's the possibility that the edges aren't being affected, as the sides, either side of it, or directly, sorry, horizontal, are completely sheared off. There's no steps near it. There's only the steps above and below it.
Can Savant make an intelligence check if he knows how blast radius works, that he can't hide something when a pulse of something comes by?
Sure. As you feel another pulse echo out and vibrate through the step that you guys are currently on. You feel it just kind of run through your legs and all the way up through your torso.
I have a question.
Okay. To me or the character?
Well, it's my character, but it's not asking the question. It's more
Asking yourself. Okay.
well, more get a feel for, not asking, but get a feel for how Pyrox is reacting to this.
Very much vacant. And specifically actually for you, every time the pulse rings out and it pulses through you, it kind of hovers a second in your chest where you usually feel where Pyrex is, and it kind of just echoes there for a couple seconds. And at this point, you can't really feel Pyrox at this point.
Alright, now I'm really concerned.
I don't have much of a suggestion, but if I can rest, I can at least manage 2, 3, 5 of us in a fly spell again. The question is, I don't know what effect that would have while nearby. So we're just gonna wait around.
Can we see platforms below the area affected by the ley line?
Yes, because of the light
Still attached
given
to
off,
the wall?
there are some. Most of them, again, are floating, almost orbiting the stream as
Right.
well. But there are some that you can see specifically because of your eyesight, that are below and then continue down in the step formation.
Okay, so the sphere of influence is okay. It's visible. All right. I'm gonna ask Miss Sherwood, whose first name I cannot fucking remember at this moment. Could you teleport people down there? Because there are platforms below the area of the ley line's influence. It looks like.
But wouldn't it still require to go to the area? Kinda.
You explained
Technically,
to me
yes, but not on this plane.
Well, that depends how teleportation works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, do you like disappear one place, travel to the place, and reappear, or do you just disappear and then appear?
If we're talking about maybe a dimension door, how far away is it?
How far away can I tell is it?
Your eyes are pretty far. You can see, what was it, about a mile?
Yeah.
Looking down past where you guys are, which is about 300 feet above where the stream is, and then below that, yeah, you're probably looking around 600 feet below.
The first stable platform is about 600 feet below us.
Dimension door goes about 500 feet. We have a gap of 100. Which would mean we either fall that far or we get that much closer.
Or half and half.
Or half and half.
How far out does the ley line seems to have its area of radiance?
It seems roughly around the 100 feet mark. It seems to fluctuate every pulse, but it seems in that vicinity. And you can tell now that the area is lit up, the width, or radius, sorry, of the tube is about probably around 400 feet wide. And the beam itself, now that you guys have got accustomed to it at this point, is about... It's pretty wide. And again, it's fluctuating. It seems to go from about maybe 50 to 100 feet wide, as it just keeps pulsing out with these flicks of energy.
Alright, so worst case scenario, what happens if we get too close to the thing?
Worst case, you become part of magic. I don't know. We can throw something down, see if it has an effect.
I can do one better. I'm gonna fucking hate myself. I'll send Bubo.
Alright then.
Wait,
Bubo.
Wait a minute.
Call him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's my trinket.
Alright.
I can bring him back.
So, Bubo is just currently like snuggled into your neck.
I know.
Under.
I feel very guilty, but I'm gonna ask him to go.
Savan basically tackles you like, no, please.
I can resummon him.
Can I try something first? Please, before
Fine.
any animal's magical or not, be harmed.
Bubo goes back to hiding under my hair.
Yeah, literally just disappears under your hair. What do you have in mind?
Right, so we don't know what it does on particularly on material things. We don't know if it's how the field is, how strong it is.
Well,
Why don't
non-magical we can see. Or
Yes, we know it's magical, but do we know how it reacts to anything magical or that is
that is the
connected to
question.
How
Right.
long have I got on my fly spell?
You've traveled down about I think it was around 10 minutes. So yeah, you've got easily 45 minutes, let's say.
So if I were to maintain this distance from the ley line, could I just fly over it?
You can definitely fly around it. You would have to stay very close to the edge.
What do you mean by around? I thought it was horizontal.
But it is circular, and the effect seems to be circular
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. So if I fly over it in an arc, staying the distance above it, away from it that I currently am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to just go on the other side, or you want to actually go below it?
I want to go past it to the platform that D is talking about.
Okay, so which is below it?
Well, yeah, but like below it is in underneath it, or below is in past it.
It would be past it, yeah, because it's horizontal,
Yeah.
going
So
from
I
either
want
side.
to go
So,
to the other side and then land at the distance that I'm currently at.
okay. Which is currently you're in 300 feet.
Because worst case scenario, if the fly spell gets negated, I can still slow fall.
Yeah, that is possible.
If that's not also magical.
Isn't normally.
It is of key.
Yeah,
is-
it's not magic kind of stuff. So
Okay.
Mr. Ulan,
Hey.
as a question, do you have anything magical on you? Because that could also be affected.
I have. Well, if I'm staying the current distance that I am, if they're not affected now, then they won't be affected when I go over. I'm not getting any closer than I currently am.
You would
if
have to
my
get slightly closer just to get past it. As
Why can I not go this distance above it?
above it, sure, but
Yeah,
going
that's-
past it to get below, you're going
Well,
to
like-
get closer.
Hang on, sorry. You're gonna have to explain this to me. Can I do a doodle on the map on the black space?
I'll do one on a different map.
I think you know what he is trying to do here.
This one.
Like, cause why do I have to get closer? Can I not just?
Yeah,
if you
fly
imagine a
vertical
circle
and then
with
down
a
when
radius
you
of
get
my
past
current
it.
distance, why can
Yeah.
I not just follow the circumference of the circle? Why do I
And
have to
hug
get
the
closer?
wall to go down, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you said it was 400 feet across, basically, and the sphere of influence is only 100 feet.
Well, we guess it's only 100 feet.
Well, yes.
No. There we go.
Okay. Am I okay to draw something on the black space at the top?
No.
That's the
The darkness, you can't
There
see
you go.
it.
Okay.
There you
so
go.
so right. So that's the tunnel going down, right? And the ley line is there. We're currently up here. I just want to do that and stay the same distance away from it.
As you can see, it goes all the way across.
Yeah, but I'm doing it vertically. I'm going up and over.
Basically, he's doing a half moon as far as he needs to do.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let me do it this one, the green. So the tunnel goes down.
Yeah.
It's going across like that. You would have to go around.
Wait, hang on. So how are the steps in this? Where are the steps in this tunnel?
They go circular around the edge.
And it's a spiral downwards.
Yes.
Okay, right. That changes things. Because it sounded like you were talking about just like a long diagonal tunnel.
Oh no, it's straight vertical.
So okay, if this is the top view of the tunnel and the ley line is across the middle,
Yes.
what's this distance here?
It's, as I said, it's fluctuating between 50 and 100, and the edges, I think I said, were around 400 feet.
So if I just hug the wall, I'm still like
You're
100,
good.
150 feet away from it.
Yes.
And how far are we away currently?
Currently, you're 300.
Right.
You said
And
400.
we're 300, 400 feet above it currently.
Yeah, you're 300, 400 feet above where this ley line currently
And
is.
it's just a vertical shaft downwards. Okay, that explains why it doesn't
I
work.
apologize for not explaining completely.
No, that's...
No, it's
That's
fine.
fine.
It's just yeah. Okay, that does.
Torrent is gonna take by the edge, take out Rose, and hold this giant knockabone dice that is his trinket.
Mm.
This is such a dumb idea. He's gonna put them.
Well, before you do it, do you want to explain what it is so we can start?
Yes, before it maybe explodes. That would be for the best for all of us.
Well, this is my good luck trinkets. It may have had me gamble for bread and butter for some time, but I have a theory. If this is magical, right?
At this point, his eyes have stopped glowing, so he cannot tell. Because eyes have actually just gone normal, very dark green, and they're no longer glowing. Are they? If they are magical, then we can test that way.
Okay, let's test
Wait,
it then.
wait. Before, well, let's not rush into doing anything. Alright. So,
The thing is, I've dropped them and really nearly got crushed by some giants sometime, right? And they have not broken.
like, let's not rush into sacrificing anything yet. Alright, we haven't considered all of our options yet.
That I could technically,
So,
I guess, try to shoot them.
with this dimension door that you were talking about,
Yes, my dimension door spell.
can
It
you...
lets us pass through temporarily the astral sea,
How
and
many
then
people can you take?
myself and one.
Right. Okay, and how many times can you do it?
It's a 4.
I can do it
Yeah.
once.
I can do it once, twice, 3 times,
3 times a lady?
4 times
4
today.
times. Alright. So even then, that's not enough to transport everyone, right? Even with Aaron's assistance as well.
You would have to go up and down. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay, can you try?
Oh no, it's a 5th level spell. Sorry, it's a 5th level spell, so actually I can only do it 3 times.
so
Just to make it worse.
so
My apologies.
that doesn't help us much.
But it
How-
would still be 2 only.
The teleport spell that you did earlier, or whatever it's called.
Yes,
How many people can that teleport at once?
that can teleport 8 of us.
And there's how many of us?
Actually, sorry, 8 including myself, excluding myself. So 9 in total.
9. So that's enough to transport everyone, right?
Except 1.
Yeah, 11.
There's 11 of us, are there?
I think it's 10. 7 of you guys, plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 11.
Alright, so 2
We
people
could
would be able to go.
technically do
So,
one dimension door.
alright, now this is fine, because we can dimension door with Aaron and someone else to get the last bit of the way.
The problem is I have to take a rest before I do
Which
that
is
again.
what I was going to suggest. Would it be worth us settling down, camping out for the night?
The proximity is...
Well, we can
Disturbing.
climb a wee bit further up if need be. But rather than struggle to get past this now, drain up all of our spells trying to do so, and then having to rest on the far side, unable to do anything. Perhaps we should rest up now, recover as much as we possibly can, then teleport down there in the morning. In fact, Aaron and I will scout ahead in the morning with Dimension Door, because I'll be able to slowly fall the extra 100 feet without it doing any harm to either of us.
Actually,
And then you can teleport with the rest when we signal back that it's safe.
there is one thing I can do. I do have to rest to prepare this, but I can make a gateway between 2 locations. It is again, unfortunately, only 500 feet, which is currently not enough, but it will let everyone pass through it.
Well, either that or the teleport is the same difference, right?
This will allow everyone to go through.
Aye, but the teleport will allow everyone but myself and Aaron to get through without plummeting 100 feet, right?
The difference being, however, there is the chance of a mishap with the teleport spell. And considering the circumstance, we don't want that happening.
Alright, is the gateway similar to this, like, astral plane business?
It is.
Alright. Okay.
Before that, are you allowing me to shoot a magic bullet and see how it reacts to any magic, okay?
I don't think shooting the ominous glowy thing is a good
I will
plan.
not shoot the ominous glowing thing, I will shoot the plate hovering around it and see how its proximity to magic is.
But how will you notice? What will you see?
Explosion of thorns, like I've done on other things, right? If it's a bigger bird, we know it's very
sounds
bad.
really stupid, but
If we just want to see a reaction, I can just shoot an arrow, and it won't be as bad.
well, I think he wants to see how it reacts to a magical thing rather than just poking it. But it could react very badly and explode the entire tunnel. So
I'm using very careful, very safe magic.
right, okay, I appreciate.
This is not a fireball that Serafina can blow a million people up with.
Hang
right?
on, I appreciate that you want to understand the scary, ominous thing, but do we actually need to, or do we just need to get past it? Do we really need to expend resources and time trying to understand this ley line, or do we just need to get to the other side of it?
Well, where is the adventure not knowing?
I prefer just getting past it for the time being.
Right,
If this is going to be here for some time, I can have a look at it later. Pressing concern is getting down below.
Yeah, we kind of have a world to save, guys. Let's do the science later.
I agree.
I was thinking, if it's this is
Okay, how about we
weird
put this
magic,
to the
right?
vote? All in favor of not poking the ley line. Say aye. Aye.
I.
Also, I.
I'm curious, but I.
And all in favor of Savant's suicide plan.
well, you are a very democratic and very nice and having double opinion.
Vroom. Vroom.
If you don't want it to be exploding things, I can have the thing that wraps things around.
I
Why
think
do we
any
need to-
magic is
why
what
does
is the
it matter?
concern.
Why does it matter?
What I'm saying is,
What
I can normally sense if my
what would
bullet
we
stops
possibly learn
working,
from
right?
this? Right.
I'm wondering if it's...
Savant,
have a-
just hold on. Right, what will we possibly gain from doing anything? Because whatever to get past it, the only way we're going to be able to all get past it is using this gate spell anyway. That's our only option, right? So, poking whatever we do, we're going to bypass the ley line. So we do not need to find out anything. So why risk it? Why run the risk of antagonizing the ley line and summoning a swarm of demon bats or whatever might happen? Let's not disturb the dangerous magical shit. Let's leave it alone.
Ulan, have you heard of invisible gases?
I create them quite often.
Well, technically they're also visible, but no. What we can't see is we can see where the gravity thing is, but we don't know if it have an anti-magic field like the beholder up
But
there.
it
that's
doesn't
nice.
matter if it has an anti-magic field, because we're gonna bypass around it through the astral plane. So
I'm
any
trying to
anti-magic
say,
field,
do we
if
know
it's
how
not
far
affecting
it
us
is?
now, it doesn't matter. We're never gonna get closer than we currently are.
It's not affecting where we currently are.
Exactly.
The question I imagine Mr. Shrapnel is trying to pull off is, can we get past quicker by seeing if it's safe to go around?
Well, how much closer do we actually need to get?
Anything else shorter than this?
So
100
like
feet.
we have 600 feet to travel and
Correct.
500 feet worth of travel.
Correct.
So we need to get at most 100 feet closer. So why do we need to shoot the ley line? Why can't we just put something magical 100 feet away from us?
I think that
and
was
see if
he
it's
was
still
aiming
magical?
for.
He was aiming for the things floating around.
Which is nearby. It is not the actual ley line.
Well, why do we have to shoot anything? Why can't we just like take a light stone? Because I've got a whole bag full of like
That
stolen light stones.
would be
Wait, what?
I mean, I've got a whole
Borrowed.
bag full of spare light stones.
What
Where'd you
what
get
I'm
them from?
really wondering is, isn't that technically stronger than my magic? It can regen, right?
But like the magicite stone, I'm not throwing it at. We can just like turn on a light stone, and with my sling, I can throw it so that it lands 100 feet further forward. Worst case scenario, if it like hypercharges the magic or whatever, like it did in the jungle, then everything's just gonna get really, really bright.
Yes, I don't know what your stick actually does, Mr. Savant, but a light stone is relatively weak in magic, so if it does do anything, it at least will be less violent.
Well, I can enchant projectiles with weak magic. What I'm saying is something that radiant, don't it normally drags in magic from around the air or something?
We don't know. That is the thing.
Do we really want something like that? That is not one use?
In case, let's say that this unknown thing is sentient. Shooting at it will not be.
Yeah, let's
see it as
just.
friendly.
All I'm suggesting is we take a light stone and we throw it down the stairs a wee way. That seems a lot safer than anything involving the word shoot. Like anything involving the word shoot or explode does not seem like a smart plan at this point.
There's a few steps which are.
Without throwing a rocket, if you want to. It just I want to be able to hit something solid.
But what will that tell us?
Well,
how are you gonna determine any kind of information from having done that? Like what would a positive result look like, and what would a negative result look like?
Positive is that either we know there's a giant magic antfield and we can't get down 100 feet.
No. That's not what I'm asking. Like, what will actually happen in a best case and a worst case? Let's say you shoot something. What happens next?
It hits the object.
Yeah, and then
like a wrapping web comes around it that doesn't be able to grab anything because it's not humanoid. It just will evaporate after appearing.
Right.
That's it.
Well, in fact, we don't even need to throw a magicite light stone. We can just cast light on a pebble or a copper coin. I've got a bag of rocks for my sling. I can just cast light on it and throw that down. And if the light goes out, then we know there's an anti-magic field.
A question, that is hypothetical. How will you see a light while you throw it into something that is
I'm not throwing it at the ley line. I'm throwing it at the stairs.
Yes.
And the radius of light, we'll see a glow in the distance. If we still see the glow in the distance, then closer to the thing, there's not an anti-magic field. We can safely go to that step. If the light goes out, we know not to go that far. So we can just throw a series of stones ahead of us just to make sure. It's kind of like a canary in a coal mine.
Out of game question. Did you guys tell that the beholder told us that the effects have been different every time something happened?
I think we did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I had an open mic. They're different?
Wait, you spoke of a beholder before. What?
What? Yeah, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a nice beholder. He gave us a quest. Nothing I could really know.
Surprisingly helpful.
Sorry.
It's very weird.
Ro knows it because she was there.
What did you say about it knows about this?
Yeah, apparently it sent its creatures into here and they all not returned, so I'm very, trying to be careful.
Okay.
Well, then why are we antagonizing it if you're trying to be careful? All we need to know is, can we safely get a little bit closer? We don't need to know how close we can get. We just need to know if 50 feet or 100 feet closer is safe. That's all we need to know.
Yes. I think a stone with a simple cantrip on it would be more than suffice to see if there is some change. Anything bigger, Mr. Savant, I don't know what your wand does, but let's test something simple.
Let's walk before we run, essentially.
Yes. If we do need to test something more powerful, we can test it. But your light cantrip, yes, that would be enough to see if there's a change. Specifically if it has a reaction. There is a few steps which are still attached to the wall before it actually reaches the 100th radius mark, at least, around the ley line. Before they start to break off into this orbiting pattern. So there's still some that are attached to the wall, which you could aim for.
Okay, so I use my light stone to cast light on a rock from my bag of rocks.
Okay. It does as it's meant to do. One of your stones. Boom.
Yeah. And I use my sling to fire it. Hang on, yes, I can fire it. Let's say a step that is, well, what's the best way of doing this?
For example, you guys are currently where I've put Booker's token, so you can aim for the one that's just over here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so we'll just do like one step at a time, basically.
Yeah. There is a broken step next to the one you guys are, which is why it's there on the map. So you can aim for that one, which is a ways, but it is enough of a distance down that it would be in, if there is another sphere of influence.
Yeah.
It is out of the 100 foot, obviously, but it is still lower down than where you currently guys are.
So yeah, I will aim for like the middle of that step.
Alright. Yeah, you don't need to give me an attack roll. It's a large 50 foot square. Yeah.
Hogstrot?
Yes.
You know whether or not the ley line extend into other planes and will affect.
Are you waiting until I've thrown before you say this?
It's like slow motion throwing.
I would have said this before, but you guys were talking about.
As he's winding up.
This is okay.
This is winding up. You're touching your finger into the air, waiting for the wind to blow. From the research I've done, I can at least estimate. It's possible, considering what this ley line encompasses. If it's all magic, it can, I imagine, see where all magic comes from.
Yeah, because magic can be used in other planes.
Is this something to do with your friend?
I was talking about general magic.
Is this about the rift inside?
What?
So
The rift that you have. There's something connected to the fire plane that you have inside. I noticed when I was looking at you. Is this what you're concerned of?
I was generally talking about magic into other planes.
Yes, if what I'm guessing
because you were talking about
oh, you mean like the gate spell?
teleporting and because you
that's
work
the point.
other planes. And I seem very distracted right now because he mentioned yeah.
Well, I don't imagine it affects the astral sea, as the astral sea is very much a separate entity in itself. It separates our circle of influence from the other planes, so it shouldn't have any connection to ley lines, although the ley lines have to pass through it to get to, for say, the elemental planes. So
great, so we are uncertain about that also.
As long as Miss Sherwood aims the spell away from where the ley line is, we should be fine. Shouldn't we? This is all for testing.
I was more talking about the not as much as the destination and the starting point. It was more in between, because
If it would be an obstacle.
something might happen in between. So which will affect basically how the spell either works or that something can happen while we're traveling. So the ley line would still
It's
have-
all experimental, but if this is a
just thought we should
Is
take it
this
into account.
is this the only way to get where we're going?
Yes, this is the entrance to the Deeplands.
And I'm having a brain fail. What's the douchey mage that I don't like called?
Arcantale.
Arcantale.
Yeah.
Is this the way that Arcantale would have come?
I don't know myself, but if he came through Griffin, then yes. There's
So
very
how
few
would
other.
he have got past this?
He's a arcane practitioner. He would have had something.
So, like, would he have teleported or done a gate spell or something?
It's possible he would have done the same thing. Yes.
Alright. So, assuming he's not dead, and that the world has not exploded, which it does not appear to have done.
But the ley line does.
What the hell?
Who's playing with the go-kart?
Vroom, vroom.
The as the beholders explained, that not necessarily the same thing happens every time.
Well, it is the source of all magic, so all the magic can affect something, I guess.
Can we get a message to douchebag McGee?
Yeah, can we try and contact Arcantile? Ask him how he got past it.
From this distance, I don't have anything to contact him with. We usually have to send messages.
Aaron, you can send a message to someone that you know, right?
Not today.
Not today.
I'm not preparing that spell anymore. We have the stones.
Alright, fair enough.
Technically, Aaron hasn't met Arcantile.
I
Yes.
We all.
did. Oh yeah, wait, no, I didn't.
Oh,
They
wow.
went on the way to
Oh!
on the way to the drow place.
Yeah, he
Oh.
would have met
Yeah.
him before when we were in
Oh yeah, we were talking.
Ty.
He did, actually, yeah, because there
We
was
all have
the
met him.
there was the awkward situation with Satriko. Yes, that's true.
What, huh?
He can always otherwise offset his bill. He knows her very well.
Yeah, you could send a message to her.
Hey.
Maybe you remember me.
I don't want to send a message because I'm afraid of the answer no.
No, I don't remember you. Wow. That's
Have
Ouch.
you
Wow.
found who this?
you guess. But Aaron, you said you don't have the spell currently,
No.
so you'd have to take a long rest.
And I guess you don't have the ability to send a message either.
I don't, Miss Sherwood. No, mine's more in conjuration, unfortunately.
Alright, well, first things first, let's throw this rock and see what happens.
Yes. As you're just like spinning it around your head, just like, I'm waiting. Yeah, you throw it. As it sails down, it gets caught up a little bit in the air from some of the wind blowing up. But as it passes past, it goes about 50 feet. As it gets closer to 100 feet, it touches down on the platform. And you do notice, actually, as everyone's keeping watch of this, you all see it does flicker. And then it gets brighter. And then goes back to normal again.
Alright, that seems bad, let's definitely not shoot it.
Interesting. So it didn't explode, but it definitely flared. And
Yeah, it made the magic thing more magic.
all of you noticed that it did flare when the pulse happened again, as it went vroom.
Yeah, that's that.
Is it like flaring in rhythm with the ley line?
At this point, yes.
Alright, let's not get any closer.
That's old.
Yeah.
So we know that there is an effect within 200 feet as well.
Which that's
Maybe
worrying
they'll
because
gas.
if we like portal from here,
We
we're
would still
gonna
be on the
arrive
other
on the
side.
other side within 200 feet, right?
We would be on the outskirts of that, correct? Yes.
Is there anything in between
Between
where, like something that's 50 feet closer rather than 100 feet closer?
on the other side? No, actually, as well, because it's spiraling down. No, you're literally the platform above this rough area of about, let's say, 350.
Alright.
So you could just let it, because it's beam thing, you can try to make it fall down beside it.
What?
To see what kind of effect it would have.
If we have some way of sliding down the wall, it's possible we can just make it outside the range.
I was
Just.
thinking about this going
Sliding
back
around the
to
wall.
see how
You mean like?
the closer
Yeah.
you get to the playland, I assume the stronger the effect would be.
That would be my assumption as well. And as you're watching all these rocks and these platforms rotating around, there definitely seems to be something different about the ones that are closer.
What you're saying is you want something to go down the wall as far away from the ley line as is possible to get. Like, so if the ley line is connecting 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you want something to go down at 6 o'clock against the wall.
It would help with determining how far out the effect goes.
And you just want to see what happens to something when it goes past.
Yeah, and
Alright.
if there is, then yeah.
Well, I can't throw a rock that far, but I can shoot an arrow that far.
We're going that far. I thought we were going to go with the waiting
And it's,
plan.
Okay, so
it
here's
was
the thing.
more thought than.
If you
and
want something to go down
Or
the wall,
actually, I can just like fly over the top and drop it.
yeah, or I can just run to the top and just drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have about, I would say about 30 minutes left now to fly.
Well, yeah. Right. I'll ready another rock and I will fly to like 12 o'clock.
Directly
On the
above it.
tunnel.
Like,
And
pretty much
just
center
drop
of
it
the
down, yeah.
chamber. Okay.
No, not above the ley line.
Oh, okay.
At like 12 o'clock on the circumference,
Oh, okay, sure.
and I just want to drop it down the wall.
Oh, okay, on the side of the wall. Okay.
Or actually, do I need to do it at 6 o'clock to make it?
Sure. It's technically going from west to east, but yeah, sure. It doesn't matter. Wherever side's
Not-
away
not
from the...
north, south, whichever.
Yeah. Whichever is away from the ley line. That's what...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you go to one side. You basically go up some of the steps above the rest of the group, and then kind of slide between two of the platforms.
Mhm.
And you're just going to drop it against the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like drop it down, and so that we can all watch it as it goes, like past, kind of thing.
The wall. Be about, yeah. Okay. The wall itself is very smooth, which you've just about noticed now at this point, as you haven't actually seen the wall itself. But it is a very almost laser smooth type of wall. There is some cracks, especially at this point where it's been fissured open. The actual texture of the wall is very much like it's almost like leather in its texture. It has some bumps on it from imperfections, but the actual material itself, the rock, is relatively smooth actually. Almost like it's been glossed. And you're just gonna drop it against the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just drop it. I imagine with light on it still.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
Whoa.
Of course I did. Which means. Okay, yeah. As it falls down, it carries on going, and then it hits the pretty much exactly horizontal with it before you see a flash as one of the pulses is almost precisely at the same moment of a vroom. And as it goes out, it's again on that mark where you see it flash brightly like a flare, and then it diminishes as it drops down below.
Diminishes to normal? Or...
Diminishes to normal and then vanishes into the darkness.
Alright.
As there is no current platforms underneath it.
Alright, so...
It only did it once.
So we've tested it with something that has a spell cast on it. So we like know what it does to actively magical stuff. But is like a magic weapon like actively magical? Or is it just like passive?
It is quite much a active magic. Obviously it depends on the type. For example, yours, I imagine someone with a weapon is generally of either abjuration or evocation. And again, with other types of maybe armor, all equipment has some type of active magic on it. There is no such thing as passive magic, apart from, for example, a glyph.
Well, what I mean is, like, if we had, say, like a wand of something, we've seen what happens to a spell that's actually in effect. But like a wand of, like my light stone.
The stone itself.
It's not actually casting light.
That is
like inactive.
Interesting question. There's obviously more magic in it. However, it's
not actually doing the thing.
It's not actually doing the thing. Correct. So, I would assume there would be some effect, but the question is what? Would it activate it?
I wonder another thing, because if a light is an evocation, it might have different effects on different schools of magic.
That is possible, I suppose.
I guess at this point, anything is possible. We're dealing with pure magic at this point.
I'm gonna just what's the range on that? Oh, that doesn't.
If it's mage hand, yeah, it's not very far. It's going to be only about 30 feet.
Is it only 30 feet? I thought it was longer than that. Okay. What's the range on Senega's metal?
Should be only 30 feet as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really that long.
The only thing longer is like Unseen Servant.
Okay. Or Big Bees.
Big Bees is only about 60, I think.
Yeah.
We would 300, 400 up?
I think we're 350 up, yeah.
Yeah. You would have to literally have someone cast a true spell or enchant something.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. There aren't many things that you can cast on something that we could then drop.
How far? Out of brain question, because I don't remember, because the light stone that he threw at the step.
Yes.
It wasn't a light stone. It was a rock with.
It was a rock with light on it.
How far away was that?
It's about 100 feet because you can see it on the map currently. It's about 100 feet from where you are.
So it's like 250 from the ley line.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I do have cantrips that can reach, probably also spells maybe that can reach pretty far.
No, you have like Firebolt, which
I got spell sniper.
your spell sniper, which is now like a 240 range because it's doubled.
That's on. Yeah, there's a spell that does that. Yes, because the ones I have to roll for attack, that's doubled.
If we have any water, I have control water spell that reaches 300 feet.
Mm.
And that's.
Well,
if you're gonna try a thing, let's get the info. It's the conjuration, aberration, illusion.
I don't think we have time to test all of them.
1, 2.
Well, if
we're going to be
well, actually, if we're going to rest, then yes, I guess we do.
I think the problem is, it's less whether it affects different schools of magic or not, and whether or not it's going to affect like our magical items. Because the last thing we want is to step through a gate portal, come out the other side, and then have a flare like that light spell happen to every single magical thing that we have.
Yes, the effect on your bodies would be interesting.
We can't even like shove it in the portable hole because the bag of holding, because they're magical.
Yes, that would also have a.
What happens if you amplify a bag of holding spell?
Oh.
Either you get a big ass area or you get a vacuum.
Yeah, does everything like explode out of it? I mean,
how much things do you have?
I'm sorry?
I actually a few. Oh dear.
I have an idea.
I just
Mm.
should probably make you aware of this. I have a magicite stone.
Okay. Many people do.
Yeah, but this one is connected to the astral sea.
Oh.
Is it in the bag of holding or is it on you physically?
It's currently in one of the things in my backpack.
Which is in the portal.
Those might get affected, and then the things in them might get affected. You just should probably make you aware of this.
If we want to, the next thing we need to know, right, experimentally speaking, is what happens if we drop a magical item in the same range, right?
That would be the next test, I imagine, if you were doing this.
Yeah,
In that case, I recommend using my cheating dice.
Well, rather than do something that's personal to you, why don't we just drop something that's crap from the bag of holding? Like that cursed axe that...
Oh god, I volunteer it. Please
Yeah,
take it.
should we just drop
I was
the
going
cursed
to say,
axe?
the +1 short sword we have.
Yes, or something like that. Although I quite like the +1 short sword because it's got
Yeah,
iconic writing
destroy
on it.
the axe. That
How do you test
that
if it's
fucker's
been
annoying.
affected or not?
Yeah,
Well,
how do
we don't want to. We don't necessarily need to know if it's effective. We just need to know if it explodes.
Well, that is definitely an item to test with. If it is also cursed, as well as
It's
magical,
cursed.
that will have definitely some type of effect. With
And if you really want to train something and you want to break my heart, I guess I could hunt and smug Boo Boo and have Boo Boo fly down. You see him start to cry. Boo Boo starts to fly down there.
I can resummon him. The same exact one. Every time, same personality, same thing.
let's not send animals into this,
Yeah.
familiars or not.
Wow.
It
Um,
hurts my soul, okay?
for the time being, considering we still don't know what it does to anything living.
Yeah, that's like a fight. Let's see if our magical
Is
items
he
are gonna
actually
explode first.
technically living out of character? I'm really weirdly curious now.
He is both magical and living. Yes.
Okay.
It's also taking
yeah,
speed
then no.
if you want to really test everything at once.
Because familiars can still bleed. However, they obviously then disappear.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's. Yeah, he is fiendish. He has glowy red eyes and everything.
Yeah.
Well, he's currently hiding, and I don't think he's really speaking to me right now.
They don't get
Sorry.
hungry, but yes.
Quick OAC question, because people have done stuff in the bag of holding that I don't know about. There's a +1 short sword in here, but there's also a +1 short sword under Ithamor's stuff. Are they different swords?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yes.
fine. That's good.
We also technically need to change some stuff with the bag of holding because it's filling over.
Well, how? Yeah, well, we don't actually ever get the weights for anything, so we can't really know that.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll figure it out.
Well, the
afterwards,
gold is
but-
the thing.
That
But
was-
what
yeah.
can we possibly do with the gold other than carry it with us?
Put it in a bank.
Put it in the
He
portable.
put it
Like
in the
what
bank.
What bank where?
In King's Arch, but
Yeah, but we haven't been back there in ages,
Yeah.
and we wouldn't have
We
access
did.
to
We
our
not have all
gold.
this money
If
at
we're
that
gonna
point.
keep going to all different continents, we kind of need our money with us. We might have to just buy another bag of
We
holding for
have
money
a
or something.
paper, and then we can.
get a check.
Well, yeah, we'll just try and get another bag of holding at some point.
Yeah, that
Cause-
would make most.
We could throw Wilbur's reins in there and see how it works on his normal items.
Oh no, they're
Sentimental.
We have to save them. Right. I'm gonna drop the berserker axe unless there's any protests.
No, none at all. You have my blessing.
I'm actually quite curious to see what happens.
Right, I do the exact same thing. I drop the
I'm
berserker axe down the side.
staying
Okay.
away from
That one you're gonna need to actually give me a check for, because that's pretty heavy. It's an axe.
Well, I'm
Um,
not throwing it. I'm just literally flying over the top and dropping it.
Oh, you're doing the same thing as the first,
Yeah.
second rock. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. No, then yeah, you just drop it. It's relatively heavy. You're strong, but this is still pretty heavy for an axe.
I've been working out.
And there is the ominous feel as you're holding this axe that once they connect to you, you're not attuning to it, so it's fine. Then you're gonna just drop it down the side again.
Yeah.
All right. It drops down. Wow, my rolls. And yeah, as it passes, just as it reaches the apex, exactly horizontal to this ley line, another pulse goes out, and all of you can notice there's a very significant change. The blade and the whole entirety of the axe gives off an aura of energy that is a very obvious mixture of red and black. Seraphina, you're used to seeing magic through detect magic. This is literally seeing detect magic without the spell. And you see it pulse with the aura, and then you see it go into the ley line as it passes by.
Sucked in. Like the axe got sucked in, or the aura got sucked in?
The aura got sucked in as the axe carried on falling, and then after a couple seconds, ding, ding, ding,
That did
ding.
not look good, guys.
No, I'm not going near that.
Most
thing.
interesting.
Magic.
So some items
Magical things.
will lose their magical essence,
But only when they're level with the ley line.
or at least they get too close.
So that, yeah, which is like, what, 200 feet?
Yes, about 200 feet.
That brings up another concern. What would happen to people that actually can use magic? Or is in some way connected with magic?
Miss Seraphine, you must be careful. As a wizard,
That's why I'm asking or saying this.
Miss Sherwood as well, both of you should be very careful. Stay as far away as possible for the time being.
Well, technically we can test this. Can't Bubikos technically spells? You have said it
No.
once before.
Yes, but they have to come from me, and I can't cast anything.
Well,
Yeah.
he is
Need some
magical.
information.
Wait, well, we don't need to drop Bubo past the line necessarily. Can we just send Bubo over to where I threw the lightstone? Initially,
Like to go bring it back, basically.
that's as close as we need to get to safely port past the ley line.
Because
So
he
as
is-
long as if
Yeah.
Bubo can get there safely, and then maybe if we get him to carry a wee little lightstone with him, like a magicite lightstone, over to there. If he can get there safely, if the lightstone can get there safely, then we can get there safely as well without our magical stuff exploding, and we can gate from there to underneath.
That sounds like a plan.
Because that's the point of no return, right? Like if we gate from there to an equal distance on the opposite side, that's 500 feet.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah,
correct?
because
Abby?
yes,
Or is it
because
Yeah, if you went down to wherever that platform is, where the stone is, yes, that would then get you pretty much 500 feet down to wherever
Alright.
the platform
So,
is. Or
If Bubo can get there, and if a magicite lightstone can get there, then we should be fine.
In technicality.
yes.
Do we want, I don't know, to test magical effects on creatures also? Or,
What do you mean by magical effects on creatures?
We have the divine guys, right? Stuff like that. How do they affect?
While people are discussing, I would like to go over to Hawkstrad and
Booker, just going Booker.
I book.
Sure. Yes.
I would like to quietly ask if we can, and try to pull him a little bit away and ask if we could talk in private. Oh, yeah, private.
Miss Seraphina, we're on a platform.
Well, it's a big-ish platform, so just pull him away-ish from the group.
Of course. Mr. Ulan, Mr. Savant, make sure this test is safe. I'll be back in a second. He goes to basically to the wall. Yes, Miss Seraphina?
You said you saw a rift when you looked at me.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure what that actually
It's a small one. It's nothing you should be terribly worried about. There was just a connection that I saw where your magic comes from, which has some connection to the fireplane. Nothing terribly unusual from what I've seen. I've seen a few others similar. Yours is slightly larger than the rest, but yes.
So, I assume you have heard term vessel?
No. Why? Is this something about... Is it something to do with the rift? I'm not that well practiced. My knowledge usually comes from actually researching these. The only reason I noticed is because of my eyes. One of the side effects from too much studying of this sort of thing.
How good are you at being quiet and with quiet about potential information that can be dangerous in the wrong hands?
Well, as a member of the Ashen Table, we deal with a lot of dangerous things, and most of these have to be kept quiet from most of the regular people, as some of them are rather dangerous. But I don't know what this has to do with... what is this about?
The rift you saw.
Yes.
Which is a rift which I was not aware of. It's...
Oh. No.
I am what you call a vessel.
Alright, I don't know what this entails, but carry on.
I assume is connected to the Swift. It means I am connected with an entity that is from the fire plane, and we are becoming one and can work together.
Miss Seraphina, this is a very
serious matter, yes, which is
concerning, but yes, serious as well. I would suggest talking with someone more knowledgeable of the planes than myself. Mine is more of this sort of thing, anomalies. The rift I saw is something that a lot of spellcasters have in terms of where their focus comes from. This entity is possibly a result of that. I can only assume, but if you have questions about it, I can assist, but there's definitely better people than myself. I can ask in our organization if there is anyone better for it, but I would have to speak to others.
I'm mostly mentioning it now because I will probably either be affected in different way if it does affect in a different way than Miss Sherwood.
There would be similar effects, but yes, considering you're connected to the fire plane, that would mean you would have... Oh, there's definitely some concerns there. There's definitely, considering what we've seen with the the axe definitely had some almost draining effect of magic, which
I get an oh shit expression.
considering a rift is a connection to a source of energy, yes, that is a concern. We should make sure that this gateway is actually safe.
I also kind of look upset now. One of the things I talked with the entity about, it was or is imprisoned, and the prison keepers there are, I don't know if they're still doing it, but draining its energy.
Okay. That is definitely worrying. Although many creatures do a lot of these sorts of things, especially those that are in command. It is not unheard of, unfortunately, especially in the elemental planes. For now, I suggest staying back here while we make sure it is safe. I may bring this up with the Oracle, if that is okay.
I'm sorry, when?
I may bring this up with the Oracle, if that is okay.
Why not?
But first, let us get down there. It's quite
Hopefully
exciting
it's
getting to deal with a ley line personally. Ulan, Savant, you are planning to send Boobo down still, is what I'm hearing?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, the plan is to give him a light stone and have him fly to where we threw the first rock.
And
Alright.
I'm double checking if I'm allowed to use primeval awareness, that word.
that
Because
thing.
The first part I can innately like communicate to animals, and I can know if they're under magical effect.
Considering, can you detect fiends with it?
It doesn't say I actually need to be my favorite enemies.
I know, but it says there's a list of creatures that you can detect with it, correct?
Not this part of the thing. It's before the whole sensor things. It's basically the thing that rangers can speak to animals, like sort of. They know like you're a scared animal. Well, can I do something to not make you want to kill me? Sort of thing. It's the super simple stuff, basically. That normally would be like a normal animal handshake. I can do it without doing it. I can give you the text.
Yes, please put the text so we can dive into things. Oh, there is. Okay, well the first part is beasts. Technically he is a fiend.
Okay, so never mind that.
So that one immediately doesn't work, unfortunately.
Okay, never mind.
Yes. Okay.
What
Damn you,
constitutes
fiend
as overtly suicidal for Seneca?
I don't know, just jumping into the ley line, I suppose.
Oh, okay. What if he does it holding hands with Ulan?
Still.
Oh, alright.
Still.
So,
Yeah, I hope to manage to get back in real soon. I hate when people do this.
alright.
Just okay.
Depending on how long this conversation goes, you may still be here.
Yeah, we may not even have slept yet by the time we get back.
True. Alright,
Alright.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yes.
Bye.
Saren, you gonna send Boobo down?
Yeah, to platform, yeah.
Alright.
Now the
Holding one of
question.
my...
Do you allow me to
please.
hunter's mark Boo Boo? To see how, like, it
You need
affects,
to
like,
ask Boobo.
I walk over to Boo Boo. With tears in my eyes. You wonderful little creature. Do you allow me to enchant you so we can see how enchantment would work on people?
Just looks at Saren.
As he looks back at the group, we have people that can be assumed are in some sort of magical enchantment or close to. Like he having like the whole human conversation on Serin's shoulder, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
He's on my hand at the moment.
in our he's basically speaking to your hand at this point.
In that case, I have something else that might be helpful as well. I'm gonna go over to Boobo and see if he'll let me like stroke his head.
He just looks at you two and then just turns his head to Saren and kind of just like full on clockwises all the way pretty much to 6 o'clock his head.
It's okay.
Alright, I'm gonna gently stroke his head and cast Shield of Faith on him.
This tiny little shield of faith hovers over his head.
Don't worry, this will keep you safe.
The tiniest of halos.
And you're gonna hunt his mark?
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hunt this mark.
Okay. He has a very faint white aura around him.
And then I'll hold out the little Magicite light stone for him.
He can grab it with one talon and then bring back the other one with the other talon, right?
Yeah, he's decent enough to do that, yeah.
Okay.
And before he leaves, someone is gonna take out.
Well, he doesn't need to bring
food
either of them
basically
back.
like feed him. Like.
Okay, so he's
Because
just gonna fly over there.
The first one was just a benign rock, but he just needs to fly over and like drop it off on the platform, basically.
Okay.
So he takes off with the light stone, which I imagine is lit or not lit.
Disappears. Darren, do you want to warn him that the light stone may flash, and that he shouldn't be worried about that? It's just light, alright?
Ooh.
Will be Yerky
She'll warn him and then she'll give him a little, launch him up with her hand, I guess.
Okay. He gets caught up in the wind pretty quickly and actually goes up like a solid 20 feet and then has to go down. One, because of his size and because of the heavy wind. Did you say the light stone is active or not active?
It's not active.
Not active, okay. Okay, so he goes down to the platform, and it's not until he gets about 20 feet closer to it that you notice the reaction with the pulsing sound again. And considering the amount of effects on him, it's very obvious that you notice the white glow increases to about double its size. The aura itself also expands and glows more radiantly. The stone actually flickers, doesn't turn on, but flickers. Yeah.
And the hunter's mark, I get a better sense of him?
Yeah.
Or...
What? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, no. And that happens as he floats down, sees the other stone, drops the other stone next to it, looks up, and he's like a little glowing beacon of light that's fluctuating.
But he is okay.
He's not like exploding. He's not getting drained of magic energy. He's just fluctuating with this light of multiple sources.
So the active spell effects are fluctuating in rhythm with the ley line, but nothing is exploding.
Not at this point, no. And the stone that you put down, the actual light stone, is not turning on, but it is flicking, almost like it's trying to turn on. It's like...
Okay. Guys, should I go over there?
That sounds a bit risky.
Well, the thing is, Bubo hasn't died, and we need to know if we can safely stand where Bubo is standing, so that we can teleport from there. I am the least magical out of all of us.
We gnomes are known for being a bit resistant to magic. Why don't I do it? And I have the least magical
Well,
items on
how are you gonna get over there? I'm still able to fly.
Yeah, you're down to about 20 minutes now.
Yeah, I can literally fly over there, and if my fly spell cuts out, I can just slow fall.
But would you take yourself up then?
What if your slow fall stops working as well?
Well, that's not typical magic. It comes from me rather than from an outside source. So, it shouldn't be disrupted by...
But this magic goes through planes. Do we know how it works?
Yeah,
on
but like, my key has nothing to do with the planes. My key is my internal, my energy from within myself. So anything that's disruptive externally to other planes or sources of magic shouldn't affect me, because it comes from inside me.
From what we've seen, yes.
That this always had the right solution to everything. Seems weird.
Well, it is only worth testing. Considering, yes, we need to go down there if we're to get out of this tunnel.
Yes.
And like, I think I probably have the least magical items out of all of us as well.
You're tuned to 3?
No, I'm not.
I'm tuned to 1.
I have 2, and...
Oh, only 2?
Yeah, only 2 attunement items, yeah.
Oh, I thought you had 3.
No, I've got the belt, and I've got, what's the other one?
You definitely have braces.
Oh yeah, my braces, that's it. My braces and the belt. That's it. And I've got the staff, but the staff isn't attuned.
Do you not have an amulet also, or did you take it out?
Well, that's my my pendant is my trinket.
So that's technically magical as well.
Yeah, I guess, but like my magical stuff doesn't really do much. Like my braces boost my AC. My amulet lets me do druidcraft, and the belt lets me have a sweet ass beard. I mean,
the only attunement
that's
item,
pretty magical.
The only attunement item I have is my goggles that make me see small stuff.
Yeah, but then
Well,
how are you gonna get there?
Yeah.
Roland, maybe just leave all your items with us for now. In
Yeah.
any case,
Well, yeah, I can do that.
take them off.
Take him off.
Yeah,
It was more of like a safety precaution.
But
you know?
the
he
thing
said
is
it because of.
But the
He
thing
said it
is,
because he don't want to hurt you.
yeah, but think it through, right? Our stuff is gonna have to come with us anyway,
Right?
and
right,
it's better that we test it with like my druidcraft amulet than with the bag of holding.
But I wouldn't take that with me. But okay.
Well,
It was more of do your thing. Okay.
No, but what? That's what I mean. Like if I get over there without any magical items on, we know nothing. We just know it's not gonna kill us. So if everybody else follows over and then suddenly everyone's magical items explode, that's like, yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess
Give me your belt.
I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding.
which Aaron has
I'll
currently.
leave the bag of holding
Oh
anyway, so-
yeah, I don't have the bag of holding currently because somebody else has it.
Aaron does.
So give it to me. I'll hold it for you.
No, I will put it in the bag of holding.
I'll put it for you. I need a belt for my trousers. The other one is broken.
Technically, it's not broken.
I put the belt in the bag of holding, along
Okay.
with my staff and my bow, even though it's not magical, and basically like most of my stuff. I'll
Okay.
just like unload my gear. It's just gonna be me in my robes with my druidcraft amulet on still.
Okay. The robes obviously are slightly magical, just because of how they were made. But yeah, they're not as strong as anything else you have.
I've still got the braces. I've still got the amulet, but I've taken the belt off.
Alright.
Because if the braces get broken,
Yeah. You're still technically attuned to them, but yeah, you don't have them on currently.
So
Okay.
so the only magical items I've got are the braces and the druidcraft amulet.
Yeah.
Everything else is in the bag of holding.
And the fly spell, but yes.
And the fly spell, yes, yeah.
Okay.
And so I fly over there.
I don't like this, but go ahead. And you're just gonna jump off and fly down?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, more graceful than that.
Okay. Kind of just like.
I'll do it backwards, and as I float backwards, my arms will go out in like the movie star crucifix pose.
Okay.
So I'm being a martyr for everyone's sake.
You start floating backwards. I imagine Booba's probably either still there or flown back already.
And as Ulan is falling backwards, he sees me taking the belt out of the bag of holding and trying it up.
Are you able to do that?
As long as he knows the item's in there,
'Cause I'm still attuned to it.
he can put it
Well,
on.
I'm trying to attune it to me.
He just doesn't attune to it.
It would just work as a normal belt.
Yeah.
It's slightly
Alright.
oversized.
Exactly.
He has a very thick belt on, which doesn't match at all.
How quickly did he do this? Is he still within 15 feet of me?
You've already gone off the platform, so it's at least 20,
Damn it. Okay.
because he was standing in the middle. and you
Alright.
just backwards. You feel the wind blowing from underneath you, catching your robes up, and you can see the pulsing stream of energy below you, just vroom, vroom. And you go down to the platform. Again, as you get close to it, around 20 feet, roll me d20 twice. Okay. The robe that you're wearing, you feel a tingle coming from it as it kind of gives us this strange.
The rope?
The robe. It's not
Okay.
strong, but it gives us a very faint, almost like sparkles coming from it, and you see it just completely dull in color as it becomes a very flat.
Fucking Aaron's enchantment to make it the right color. Was that, or is that, no, that's different.
Yeah, that was the robe, and that's just a very flat,
Oh no, that's
boring.
not, I'm not wearing Aaron's robe.
No, this is the one you got from the
From the
college.
From the college,
Yeah.
No, I'm in my tramp clothes, not my fancy robe.
Oh, you're not in that one. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's for formal occasions.
So that's not magical then. Never mind that.
Yeah.
So then it's only. Oh, okay. So it's actually then the your necklace. Okay, your necklace gives off a glow, and fluctuates for a second.
I've also got the thing that I use for my my divine focus, the thing that my mother gave me. I don't know if that's magical or not.
No. And it seems that the fly spell is still going. However, you feel slower. It's very strange. You feel like you're almost sluggish as you're flying down to this platform. And you land down on it. And you can feel the vibrations going through as the pulse goes through the step that you land on. You haven't exploded.
Alright, is Bubo still on the platform?
Imagine if he hasn't been called back, he's still there.
Okay, hey buddy, you alright?
He's still glowing, like ridiculously glowing.
Do you wanna hop up on my shoulder, wee little friend? I'm sure it'd be fine with Saren.
Just lands on your head.
Excellent. That's even better. I'm a Disney princess. So I would like to the light pebble, the pebble that I cast light on.
Yeah, that's completely gone now.
What do you mean? What the light spell's gone?
Yeah, completely gone from it.
I would like to cast Sacred Flame on it.
Alright, give me a d20 roll.
Does it affect because Sacred Flame's divine?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still a spell. So you cast it on the rock, and as it comes out of your hand, it completely goes in opposite direction and dives off the edge.
And gets sucked into the ley line.
And
Okay. And I would like to also try to do my Fist of Unbroken Air on the pebble as well,
okay.
which
So-
is obviously it doesn't spend any key points, but
And the pebble and drops off the edge.
alright. So my key business is fine, but my divine stuff isn't as expected.
Yeah.
I guess I will try and fly back.
Alright.
Or in fact, actually, I will try and fly up.
Okay, yeah. You feel very sluggish. You're moving probably less than half the normal speed of what you were doing previously. It's just like...
But I'm just gonna go straight vertical.
And then it starts to pick up, and then you're back to normal speed again.
Okay, and then I'll hop over to where they are. I was just going up in case it like burnt through the time quicker or something.
It seems that as soon as you exited whatever this field was, it came back to you.
And everything's fine with my amulet tingled.
It definitely tingled, and then as soon as you exit again, it's gone. There's definitely... It's done something.
I'm gonna walk over to Aaron and try and give him a flower crown.
Okay. You cast it. It only uses one charge, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it still comes out. It feels a little harder to do, as it kind of is slower, the effect. It's just like, poop. But it still appears as normal.
Aaron, I'm gonna say this to you once and once only. I'd like you to try and punch me.
I'll crack my knuckles.
What are you doing?
We're fighting.
It's an experiment. There's logic. There's method in the madness. Trust me. Go on.
Do it away from the edge if you can.
Well, yeah, obviously away from the edge. But...
Yeah, because I might trip. Okay.
Give me an unarmed attack, I guess.
Is it with proficiency?
No, you do not have proficiency. D20 plus your strength.
You do have proficiency.
Oh, do you have proficiency with unarmed
with your
attacks?
own fist?
Okay, so yeah, add 4 then.
It would just be
9.
1
Okay,
plus your
that's-
strength.
Try again. Try harder.
Okay then. You asked for it.
Oh, is this what we're doing? Oh,
And
yeah.
that includes. Now, does that hit me?
18.
Because my AC is normally 20, but +2 is from the braces.
Braces, you taking them off?
No, I kept the braces on.
Oh, you did keep the braces
I
on.
kept the
Oh,
braces and the pendant on.
oh, sorry. Give me another roll then.
I
Sorry.
thought that was why I rolled 2.
No, that was for the flying.
Oh.
14. Oh. Give me an intelligence saving throw then. As this is a retroactive effect, because I didn't realize. 7. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. As he goes to punch, it strikes you, and it hurt, I guess.
So my braces appear to not be working.
Definitely seems something is stopping them from working at this point.
Alright. Why was it an intelligence saving throw? Okay.
Do you want the answer I have? Because it's
Go on.
way harder because people don't normally have proficiency in that.
The DM decided it's the hardest DC to do. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the point, yeah.
Yeah, as also reactively, you did see them glow as well, and then the glow disappeared.
Okay. So I may have lost. So technically, my AC is currently 18.
The AC is currently 18 for the time being.
But.
Huh, what are you doing? I see you're punching each other. Is this supposed to be some type of test?
These bracers are magical. They help protect me, and they appear to be less effective at protecting me currently. Which might mean that the enchantment has been drained from them, even at that range. Which basically means we're fucked.
Well, it just means there is some effect. He holds his hand out and kind of covers his eyes for a second and brushes them away, and his eyes begin to glow again. Not as strong as before. I think you have kind of more of a purplish glow. Yes, those braces don't seem to have anything attached to him for the time, from what I see. Your necklace, however, is still glowing with something.
It appears to be on the wonk as well.
Although you still have the fly spell, which is good to see. So
But
you
that
didn't fall.
That was drained as well when I was close to the thing. It seemed to be much less responsive than it had been thus far.
So it can weaken magic as well as dispel it.
Aye.
Well,
Just a question though.
you just have to
Did
be
it feel
lucky.
like it took longer to cast any spells down there?
From what you saw, Ulan, no, it's about the same speed.
it was about the same, but I tried to cast Sacred Flame and that vanished. It got sucked into the energy got sucked into the ley line. But my key ability seems to be working fine. So.
By the way, now, when Boobin and I got up, how do my Hunter's Mark feel? How do my sensory target on Boobus feel?
It's still there. It's gone back to normal now at this point. But there's definitely there was definitely flickering that you saw, especially from the Hunter's Mark. The Shield of Faith is still going. It has dimmed back to its original glow as previous, and Bubo himself is very much still
there.
Oh, actually, technically, I didn't roll for him himself.
Rectangle.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
Well, my sensory feelings on Bubu felt off, and I even lost him for a second, which is something never happened before. So something is definitely wrong down there.
Right. Well, if we're gonna camp for the night, I think we all want to do it a wee bit further away from the ley line anyway.
Yes. We have a few more minutes left of the flight, so we can get up to at least the next couple platforms. So we're at least...
Those of us who can fly can.
Yes, we can carry at least everyone up slowly. We have probably around... How long do we have, Sherwood? I'd say probably around 10 minutes. Anything more and we'll be very careful.
Alright, well, let's get everyone up and settle down, and then we'll see if being further away from the ley line has any effect on these bracers, and we'll see if waiting overnight has any effect as well.
Alright then. Let's do that. And we'll take a break there.